The best bites are when you get a pecan and a sweet potato. So good. So easy. Today, we're gonna learn how to cook sweet potatoes to tender and brown perfection. These sweet potatoes are delicious on their own, but I'll show you how to transform them into an even more delicious dish in just a few extra minutes. I'm Nick Zem from Walk to Eat, where we help you simplify healthy living so that you can be the best version of yourself. If you're tired of complicated diets and recipes filled with ingredients that you can't find at your grocery store, then consider subscribing to this channel. Deceptively, sweet potatoes aren't potatoes at all. They're root vegetables, so I'm not sure who the wise guy was who named them after potatoes. They're more closely related to carrots and turnips and other vegetables that you pull out of the ground by their plant. Technically, sweet potatoes and yams aren't the same, but the ones labeled yams at your grocery store are probably actually sweet potatoes. So very confusing, but just remember that in most recipes, including this one, you can use the yams and sweet potatoes interchangeably. I pick up a few big sweet potatoes every week when I go to the grocery store, like these ones. They're just too easy to cook and healthy and convenient to pass up. And I've been seeing more and more varieties and colors of sweet potatoes at my local grocery store, which is pretty cool. Japanese, purple, garnet, jewel are just a couple of names that I've seen lately that come to mind. The best part though is that the process to cook them all is all the same. So let's learn how to roast sweet potatoes. First, trim any dry ends. Then slice a piece lengthwise so you have a flat surface to lay the potato while you cut the rest. Cut 2 pounds, which is about 2 or 3 potatoes, into 1 inch or so chunks by cutting 1-inch slices along the width. Stacking the slices, then cutting the stacks into 4 pieces each. Careful here not to stack the slices too high. Add potatoes to a baking sheet, then toss with 2 tablespoons olive oil and 1 teaspoon kosher salt. Make sure the potatoes aren't overcrowded on the sheet or else they'll steam instead of brown. Add to an oven preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Roast for a total of 35 to 45 minutes, tossing every 15 minutes or so. You should have some nicely browned sweet potatoes like this. To turn these potatoes into an even more delicious side dish, toss with about 1 teaspoon cinnamon, half teaspoon nutmeg, and a 1/3 cup of roasted pecans. Add to a bowl and try not to eat it all yourself. Or eat it all yourself. I hope you like these sweet potatoes as much as I do. They taste like it's cold outside, and I do mean that as a good thing. Oven roasting is awesome for busy people who want to eat more vegetables. I made a free guide on the most common mistakes to avoid and a checklist so that you don't make those mistakes the next time you roast vegetables. I added a link to that below. Don't forget, if you want to learn more about cooking healthy and eating healthy in the simplest way possible, then consider subscribing. Eat well, folks.